Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Thank you for coming in tonight. I am so happy to have you guys here. Hello, replay viewers. Thanks for watching as well. If you're new, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. You can find me at penguinandfish, all written out.com. And on Instagram and Facebook, all the same as that. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. So tonight I am going to continue on the back of my Splendid Sampler quilt-along quilt. We've sewn all of the scraps, like all of my remaining scraps from the front. I'm turning it into the back of my quilt, and I got a little further today. I cut out some pieces so we can start assembling some more giant pieces. No more of the little itty bitty pieces. We're done with those. So I think you guys might be able to see behind me here on the floor. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that in focus there. Oop. Right. I don't know. Anyway, back there, guys. I have it all laid out on the floor again. So I will be grabbing it from there, and we will be sewing the next few bits. So that is the plan. So I'm going to go grab that right now. Thanks for coming in tonight. All right. So my first two pieces, I have a large, oh, hold on, let me put the mic back on. I have a large dark blue strip, and I'm going to sew this itty bitty piece of the dark blue with squares to the bottom of that because I need it long enough to go on the side of the large front that I have so far. So this is the, or not the front, this is the back of my quilt so far. So all of the little scraps I've been using up. So this big dark piece is going to go on the side here. So that is step number one for the night. So let's get sewing. I'm going to flip you guys around. Okay, here we go. So to start out, I think I'm going to trim the selvage off of here, off of both sides here. So let's do that. I think we'll still be long enough once I cut the selvages off. Oh, thanks guys! I'm super stoked to be this far with it. I was a little nervous about starting to put these big pieces on, but after I just cut one of these pieces today, I'm like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm going to just keep throwing huge chunks of fabric on, and every once in a while I will try and sew like one of the little blocks that we've been making, the little improv blocks. Every once in a while I'll sew one of those guys in there. I'll interject those through the rest of the quilt. So I'm excited to keep going. Now that we're at these large pieces, it's kind of zooming along. So, all right, there is piece number one for the evening. Okay, let's do it. The trick tonight again is going to be all the pressing. It's hard to press these large pieces. We're down to the end here though on the back, which is nice because I am going to just start putting really large pieces together, like full width of the fabric pieces, to really gain some volume on this thing quickly. All right, that's it for this. Let's press it, and this is going to be sewn onto that large edge. I just have to make sure that I get it on the correct edge. Oops, forgot to snip off my other leader there. And we'll have to trim this as well. So, okay, there we go. I think my iron has to wake up again. It was was fun. I put the quilt away when my brother was here, and it was fun to break it out, like lay the whole thing out again. Even just that little tiny bit away from it, that those 3 days away kind of got me excited to work on it again, which is kind of cool. All right, let's trim these little edges. We're doing this, we're improv blocking, making blocks, so I'm going with it and doing all my cutting by hand. I'm not using any rulers or anything. That's been kind of freeing too. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that for all the tiny pieces for the Splendid Sampler, and I am kind of aligning the edge here and using the ruler lines as a guide. But in general, it's kind of fun to not have to deal with that. Okay, so this is the bottom of the piece. This is the top. So, all right, let's get this big part. Oh, upside down. I need to make sure that the names are right side up. Then find that edge. So this is the bottom of the edge. I'm going to actually just rotate it so I have the bottom at the top right now, just because then I have the large piece to my left. Your improv cutting looks better. Oh, then we use a ruler. Oh, funny bunny. Well, all that practice from doing the improv blocks the past couple of weeks, I think has definitely helped. Fun learning all those little itty bitty skills. Oh, but man, if you want help with cutting with the ruler, we started using those little rubber strips or rubber dots, stickers for the bottom of the ruler, and man, did that ever help me a ton with my ruler cutting skills during the Splendid Sampler. I forget what they're called. I don't know. Do any of you guys remember? They're those little round rubber guys that you can just stick to the bottom of your ruler. I put those on, and then my ruler doesn't move. It doesn't wiggle at all. It is kind of awesome. So that was like one of my favorite new to me products working on the Splendid Sampler. Oh, you can get cling film and put on the bottom. That's kind of interesting. All right, so I think this is still long enough. Hold on, let me see, because I did cut the selvages off. Just want to double check. Oh, we might be a little short. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna have to double check. So I'm gonna just wonder clip this really quickly. I have a few wonder clips sitting out here. I need to check to make sure that this dark blue piece is long enough for this side, because if it's not, I have to add some to the top. Always nice to have wonder clips around. Actually, I might as well just keep these wonder clips on when I sew this piece. Use more of my wonder clips. Keep this edge in line. I haven't been using any wonder clips really. Just one other time I used them. Oh, you know what? I didn't press this, but oh well. We'll leave it unpressed. That one other time I did a long piece like that. Oh, I might be a little shy of this, so I'm glad I checked. I lost more than I thought I would by cutting off those seam allowances, so I'm going to have to run back to my pile and see if I can find a piece. I'll show you here. A piece to fill in this space. I need a big piece there, so I'm going to go run do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's what I have left of this blue. I'm going to see if I can find a piece that's wide enough for that and tall enough here. Oh, True Grips, Belinda, that's what it is, True Grips. Those are the little rubber bits that we put at the bottom of of the ruler, and man, I really, really, really loved using those during the Splendid Sampler. Okay, you know what? I think this is going to be the piece here. Oh wow, look how crazy this is, this piece. Actually, do I need that much? Here's a little bit. Not quite long enough. I guess this is going to be the piece. So it has got a really messed up edge. What about the other side? Oh, all the sides are messed up. Well, fine. I will trim a piece that's long enough. We will trim a better edge, and then we'll do that. Oh, you know what? I don't have any True Grips on me. It comes in a pack about this big. I think it has pink on the top. It says True Grips. They are tiny circles about this big, kind of a circle with a little circle in between, and you can pop out the little circle too. I want to buy some more. I think they're just really handy. All right, I'm just cutting this with my scissors here. All right, let's get the rest of these scraps out of my hair. And we gotta give this a nice edge yet because it's got a pretty crazy edge. I'm only gonna cut a nice edge on one side because we'll trim this whole thing off later. All right, that's decent. How often do you have to change the True Grips? I managed to get about halfway through the Splendid Sampler with them. So they do kind of, they stay on for quite a long time. It's not like you have to take them off every single time or anything like that. But they did wear off after a while. Towards the end of me working on the Splendid Sampler is when they started to wear off for me, but that was a lot of use. I didn't start using them right away, but I don't know, depending on how much you quilt, they should last a bunch of months, I would think. Long enough for them to seem worth it, I would think. I really, really like them. All right. I'm kind of connected to the main piece yet with all the wonder clips, so I'm gonna I unclipped the bottom one. I'm gonna just see if I can shimmy this little piece through, and then we should be long enough to stitch the entire edge. Yeah, they're just like rubber stickers, so eventually, you know, with all the cutting and rubbing against fabric and all that, eventually they just kind of fell off. But there's a bunch of them that comes in a pack, so if you just have one ruler, I mean, the pack would last you a really long time. Oh, that's a good point. Did I do that? Oh no, I'm on the right side. Okay, good. Oh no, I'm not. You are totally right. Dang it. You are so right. Whew, have to get the seam ripper out. Haven't done that in a while. Don't even have it out here. That would be pretty stupid if I didn't. Seam ripper. Geez, I'm so thinking I'm not going to do it that I don't even have my seam ripper out. That's kind of crazy. I want to make that mistake only once. This guy's got to be out right where I need him. Okay. So what happened is, if you can see here, I'm sewing on the wrong side. I have to flip this open first, and then sew. And I didn't do that. I'm messing myself up by skipping steps. I should have undid the my wonder clips first. So this is, have you guys seen this before? This is the way you're supposed to use a seam ripper, as far as I know. So I'm gonna get it started with the sharp end, but then you put the ball side down and get it in between your fabrics like that. So the ball side is down, and then I'm gonna hold these fabrics down here, and then I'm just gonna push right up the seam. Just like that, and you, oh, I totally ripped my fabric though. But you should be able to do a whole seam like that. Man, it's like a comedy of errors tonight. Well, luckily I have more fabric than I need with this, so now I have to trim this. Oh man, good thing this is an improv thing, huh? That's a sharp seam ripper. I'm not sure I've used that one before. Okay, there we go. Clean edge again. Let's open this up to make sure that I'm sewing on the right side this time. All right, here we go. Man, crazy. Okay, double check. I'm paranoid. Yep, okay, we're good. Let's do it. Oh, now this is all crazy too. I'm just gonna get these little threads off now before they get in my way. All right. That would have been funny to do it the wrong way and just keep it the wrong way. Would have been kind of interesting, maybe. In an improv block as a little design piece. Oh yeah, that's this part where I sewed it the wrong direction and the seam allowance is exposed. Alrighty. So let's press this and then we can, I'll wonder clip it to the end of my main piece and we will sew it. Hello, Susan. Yep, we are on to the big pieces again. I keep ending up having to adjust for it though. I cut off too much of this blue, or I didn't account for my selvages basically, so I had to go get another piece there. Oh, I suppose I need to trim those too. And then I sewed it in the wrong direction and all this, and then my seam ripper cut my fabric. But we will eventually get to actually sewing this on. I actually have 2 more pieces I'd like to get done tonight with this too. All right, there we go. Now let's get back to where we were here. I know big pieces are, I don't know if I like the part where it's twofold. I was gonna say I don't know if I like the part when we have to sew all these big pieces, but then as I was saying that, I'm like, oh, maybe I really like sewing the big pieces. So I don't like sewing the big pieces because it's just so awkward and clunky and stuff's everywhere, and I don't know, that's kind of annoying to me. However, you get a ton done really fast when you have huge pieces. So there is that loveliness. So right now I'm halfway liking, halfway not liking so much. All right, let's sew this guy. So I'm gonna bring him all the way down to the end. We have him kind of wonder clipped. Everything should be good to go. And the wonder clips are just kind of there for me right now. They're not like perfect. It's just kind of holding the edges together so they're easy for me to find later, these edges. Okay. Kind of kitty scratching my fabric into place every once in a while. I'll scoot you guys over here. Lots of blue. Oh, sometimes you miss the bottom piece. Sometimes what I do with big pieces is my other part will accidentally go underneath and I'll sew like some other part of the quilt to it, and then that sucks. When that happens, you have to unpick all that, and hope I don't do that this time. You know, you'd think you could just feel when you have more fabric back there, but stop thinking for a sec and then it gets away from you. I do think this is at the stage that it's going to grow really fast, though, which I'm excited for. I do have all the like maybe 7 or so of our improv blocks that I have to integrate with this yet, but I'm adding so much large border big pieces that there's going to be a lot of opportunity to interject those little improv blocks that we did, and I want to be doing that all the way, you know, to the edge. Basically, I don't want it all contained to the middle and then me run out of those blocks. So I'm going to cut my big borders and see where I can have some improv blocks be more towards the outside. Okay, we're getting there. I'm almost all up on the table here. Actually, I'm about halfway. There's the fold for the bolt. This is the width of the bolt, of the blue bolt, this piece of blue fabric. Little by little, moving along. I think with a big table and like, I don't know, your arm moving the rest of this along, I think you could go in one big swoop, not this starting and stopping that I'm doing, but I'm not too sure about that. Ooh, we're almost there. I'm getting rid of the last wonder clip here. Then we'll attempt to press this. That's the thing. I don't have a big, huge ironing board. So, ooh, I'm catching some threads. So it's a little annoying to press it as well, these big pieces. All right, last little bit. All right, right there, and I'm just gonna go off the edge here. Okay, let's snip that and see what we got going on here. I will bring the ironing board forward. So look at this big, giant piece that we're doing here. All right, I'm going to move my machine out of the way a little bit, I think. So I'm going to press along the edge, and then I will press it open after, I think. So this is just kind of setting the edge. Scooch over a hair. This will be fun to open up, though. And last little bit. So 3 bits worth. 3 movements worth. And I forgot to snip the leader off of here, so let's do that. Okay, now let's go. I think it's going to be easier for me to start at this end again. I was going to say let's go back the other way and do it, but I think this will be easier. All right, let's flip it up. Okay. So this is that extra piece we had to add to the top. I should bring this down so I can press this fabric a little bit too. I didn't press this blue beforehand. Ooh, it's warm though, man, in front of this iron. Okay. Next area. See how this goes. Now I'm in the center of the bolt again, so we'll try and get that crease out of there. A little bit at least. Scooch it down again. Okay. And one more section. My iron is almost out of my reach, but not quite. Okay, right here. All right, so this is that new piece. I'm excited. So here's that bottom. The bottom we had more of this on. All right, quilt just got bigger. Pretty excited about that. All right, so now we have, assuming I put this on the right side, so here is our quilt, and now it has a large blue border on this side, but you know, it kind of runs into this area a little bit. We go down it, and here it connects here. So next up, let me, I'm going to trim off these little edges first. This one is a bigger edge up here. And then I have a couple more pieces, 2 lower rows. So this was a side row. This is on the left of my quilt. I have 2 pieces that I want to put on the bottom, and one of the pieces I'm going to interject one of our improv blocks. All right, first I'm going to trim this a little bit. Just keeping my fingers out of the way. There, here's that little piece we had to add on because I cut too much off. And the other side, quick. This one's not so much. Just a little bit off. Maybe an inch or so. Okay, so there we go. This is the bottom. So we will come back to the bottom here. I am going to go grab the next couple pieces. Moving right along on this guy. Okay. So next up is, I'm going to have to cut the selvage off of this again, but I want on the bottom this long blue bit, and then I'm going to add in this improv block. It's about the same size as this blue bit. I'm going to have to trim a little bit off on the bottom, which is fine. And I just randomly cut this blue bit to that size, and then I need a little bit more to finish it off. And this will go across the entire bottom. So we just put that left one on. This is going to go off the entire bottom, including that left column that we just put on. So starting out, I'm going to get rid of these selvages again. I know for a fact that I have a lot more than I need this time, so I know I'm not going to accidentally run out and not have enough of this fabric left. I definitely cut a big enough piece. So out of here, selvages. Okay, so I need to get this guy onto here. Let's go like that. Sew him on, and then I will sew that other piece on. Then we can get it on the bottom of this guy already. So I'm trying to kind of line up the top, or like down here. I'll trim the bottom piece. It's fun to kind of interject these improv blocks. Ooh, this is on the bias. I'm like, why is this sewing weird? This particular square is on the bias, which means it was cut diagonally. And when you cut diagonally, it gets really stretchy. So it all of a sudden started pulling in odd directions, and that's why. But luckily, we're not covering a large space. All right, let's. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say let's press that, but yeah, I want to have this trimmed before I sew the other side on. So let's press it. I was thinking, ooh, I could sew both of these little guys on before, both of the blue borders on before pressing, but no, I think we'll go one at a time so I can trim these. Okay. We'll trim this, make sure that my main quilt is out of the way. Don't want to accidentally slash through anything. I'm going to kind of line up the edge that I cut to one of the lines on my ruler. Ooh, I'm pretty off though, aren't I? Yeah. So I'm going to just trim just a hair off of this. Kind of leave it at like that. And then we'll flip it and trim more off of this side. Like that, I think we'll do. Okay, so here is our strip. And this guy's got to attach it there, and he might be a little bit big, so I'll have to trim that off as well. But you know what? I'm going to align it to the top here, because then this top edge will be ready to sew to sew onto the main bottom without me having to trim everything. I can trim all that later. So we'll just get this guy on and attach it to the bottom, and we'll have another piece on. Actually, I have that other blue piece. I have this that I want attached underneath this. So maybe I'll do that first, so then I only have to sew to the giant piece once instead of twice, which would be nice. So yeah, we'll continue with this bottom sort of section. See what we get. All right, let's press this first. So we will have to trim this up. All right, let's do that. This piece isn't that long. Actually, I even have a selvage on there, so I will cut that off, and it'll make it even less for me to cut, less for me to trim. Okay. So I'm just trimming like this little sliver off here. Just a little bit. Okay. So this is the bottom, and I want my next piece to go all the way to this edge. I'll have a lot of overhang on the other edge that I'll trim. But all right, let's get this big piece here. I want it sewn to this big blue piece. Oof, this might be another wonder clip situation. Let me go this way though. so much fabric. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna get crazy quick. You know what, I'm standing doing this, and I think that's kind of been helping me a little bit manage these big pieces. So let's get some of these wonder clips out again. You know what? Maybe we try this without the wonder clips this time. All right, I'm matching up these edges. Let's just see how it goes without the clips. I have this whole, it's all kind of dangling in between my feet right now. Try and match this edge. Can you scratch it a little bit? And I think this blue piece on top with the black squares, that's just the right size for the top, but I can lose some of this dark blue, so I'm gonna let that overhang a little bit just to make sure I have enough. All right, I'm just lining it up every once in a while. And we should be good to go. Ooh, let me double check that I put right sides together. Yep, we're fine. I'm all paranoid now. When we're done here tonight, I will try and lay this out again on the floor and give you guys a look. It is getting bigger. Man, I have to feel like I have to concentrate with these big pieces. All my energy is going up, holding the edges together. Man, but soon I'll be done with all the big pieces, and I'll just be quilting it, but I suppose that's one giant piece. I think that'll be fun, though. I just realized I have to press this guy as well, and not liking pressing these big pieces. Right now I'm not standing anymore, but, Cora, but, when I was wonder clipping or just kind of lining things up, I was standing, which was nice to be a little bit higher over the cutting board. But yeah, if sewing and standing, that would be rough on my neck. I'm trying to sit up as straight as possible, but, I mean, my hands are pretty far forward, probably farther forward than they should be. I definitely want to be able to keep this position for much more than I do on here with you guys just this hour. That's something I'm trying to watch a little bit more this year is my posture and stuff, or just strengthening my back a little bit more and all that, because if that goes, then there's no more crafting, and that's no good. No more making stuff. And I am almost to the end here. All right, here we go. So I do have a lot of excess of this blue, but that is, I knew that going in. I'll use that piece later. Okay, here is this giant piece. So let's give this a press. We'll go go back up to the ironing board. Scooch my machine out of here. Hi, Judith. Okay. We'll do the same thing. I'll press it kind of along the whole edge, and then I'll open it up. I need one of those big ironing boards that's like a whole table. Okay. And I forgot to trim my little leader off of here again. Okay. Let's open it up. We'll trim that little edge off. And then this will go onto the main piece. And we will have done a big section. We'll have put some on a big column on the left and a whole big bottom piece to this. Okay, that's not going to work there. Reach over there. All right, next section. Okay, all right. I think this dark blue fabric's a little thinner than the blue fabric with the squares. All right, last section here. Man, I'm totally sweating under this iron, and it's making me realize, oh, now that it's summer, it is not ironing weather. So it's gonna get steamy in here this summer. Okay, there we go. So that is the next big piece, and I'm doing it with the dark one on the top. So next up, I need to pin, or not pin, I'm going to wonder clip this. Then we have this little guy interjected in there. I'm going to wonder clip this. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot to trim off the ends. But I'm going to wonder clip it. Oh, I don't think I need to here. Wonder clip it to the main part of the quilt. And that's that. We'll be done for the evening then. After I sew that up. All right, I'm just going to trim that quickly. My excess little piece. All right. Okay, what's the best way to do this? Let's get the bottom here first. All right, so this is the bottom. I want this to go over here. All right, now we're good. Let's start wonder clipping this, and we should be good. Just let it hang a little bit. Like right now I'm standing, and this is much easier to do all this clipping and wonder clipping and stuff standing. Go a little over the edge there.